Hello everyone and welcome to Healthy Cooking with Shayda. I'm your host and this is where I teach you whole food plant-based cooking that is salt-free, oil-free, and sugar-free. So as you can see, we're going live today and yes, you're right, I haven't been going live for quite some time. Erin and I have both really been busy, but it's kind of fun. Erin's back here with me. And Erin, say hello everybody.
Hi everyone.
What do you mean you forgot the mic? I told you to mic up.
Hello everybody.
Yeah, there she is. So if you've been following along, you know that I've been quite busy. And aside from work, just so that you guys will know, I'm writing a book. And I am writing this book with Dr. Gustavo Tolosa because I thought it would be really cool to write a book with a dear friend, first of all, and someone who also is from a different culture, different background, and who also lost his weight eating a whole food plant-based diet. We always hear of how women have done it, but we hardly ever hear from the guys. So I really wanted to have both perspectives coming from me, coming from Gustavo. So you're going to get a lot of recipes. There's going to be a lot of Persian recipes, Middle Eastern recipes. There's going to be Argentinian food. There's going to be recipes that I have converted that were my grandmother's, and his the same thing. And the story is really cool. It weaves in and out, and I think you guys are going to be pleasantly surprised. So I know most of you are probably wondering when that book's coming out. It's going to be out within the next 2 or 3 months. So this month, as much as I can, I will go live and do more videos for you guys. And because I really miss interacting with you guys. So please, if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Share this video with all your friends and family. We want as many subscribers as possible and we want to get the word out. So Miss Erin, are you ready, my friend? Are we ready to rock and roll and do this?
We're ready.
We're ready. We're going to do the little siesta. All right, guys, we are making today a spicy mango and peach salsa. I don't know about you guys, but right now mangoes are in season, peaches are in season, and they're just delicious. And who doesn't love salsa? You know, it just goes with everything. It's really easy. This recipe could not be easier, and you can adapt it to your liking. As I have always told you guys, there is no right or wrong when it comes to cooking. It's basically what you guys like, and if there's something in there that you don't like, guess what? Don't use it. Change it for something else. So if you're ready, Miss Erin, and I'm ready, I think we're going to go ahead and get started.
And it already smells good in here, you guys.
It already smells good. There you go. So I am going to I am like basically doubling, tripling up this recipe. If you're following along, the recipe is on my website at healthycookingwithshayda.com. But I am doubling, tripling up because if I just make a little bit, that's not going to be enough. One thing I forgot to tell you guys, please, when you want to ask your questions, first do 3 question marks, then ask your questions, followed by 3 more question marks. That'll make it easy for Erin, and I have a friend of mine, Dave, here, who's also helping us, and I want to make it easy for the 2 of them to find your questions, and so they can ask me those questions so that I can easily respond back to you. So Erin, do we have anyone online? Do we have anybody saying hello?
We do. We've got a few people saying hi. So hello to Stephanie and Linda.
Nice. Where's everybody from?
Where are you guys from?
I'm always impressed when I get people that are out of the United States. You know, so I'm always wondering, like, what time is it where they're at, and or where they're where they're watching from. So as you can see, I'm just taking the peaches. What you want is 4 ripe peaches. Well, I'm doing 4 ripe peaches, and I'm using the yellow peaches. Now you may ask, can I use white peaches? Of course you can. There's no right or wrong. You can use white peaches, yellow peaches, whichever peach you like. I just happen to like yellow peaches better than white. What about you? Do you like yellow or do you like white?
I like them both, but when I went to the farmer's market, the guy at the stand said the difference between it is yellow is more like, think of like a chocolate versus a vanilla.
A chocolate?
Not that it tastes like chocolate or vanilla,
no,
but
no.
like you can compare it to chocolate and vanilla. Like the yellow's chocolate, the white's vanilla.
Well, that's really interesting.
Yeah, I'd never heard that until I went to that.
No, I've never heard of that either. Now, when you cut these, you want to cut these in cubes, and don't ask Erin because she'll tell you I'm anal. Make sure that they're about the same size for everything because it just makes it. Oh, Erin wants me to show you. Here, Miss Erin, you can show them.
These are how perfectly cut they are. I'm trying to see if I can see it on the camera.
Okay, I don't know about perfectly cut, but
if you look at all of her bowls, her mangoes over there are perfectly cut, and the bell peppers and the onions.
It's my, don't you remember somebody one time on our channel, they called me out and they said she must be a Virgo? Yep. Do you remember that?
That's true.
Yeah. I am a Virgo. What can I tell you? And these peaches are super, super ripe, which is going to be delicious in the salsa.
So you have someone from Nevada.
Hi, that's really cool. So kind of close to us. Not too far from us, right?
I wonder how hot it is in Nevada.
Oh,
right now.
I'm sure it's really hot.
It's starting to get hot here finally.
So as you guys know, I just came back from the Natural Health Association conference, and it was a wonderful, wonderful conference. If you guys haven't been, you really should consider doing so. We're going to go back again next year. I'm hoping that my book will be out by then, and we can set up the book over there as well. And we really missed Miss Erin at the John Pierre retreat.
I know.
That was a really wonderful retreat, and we really did miss you, Erin.
I was watching or looking at everybody's pictures online, and I was so sad I couldn't make it.
Yeah, we missed you, girlie. We missed you. All right, so what else is going in here? We've got fresh mangoes, and these have been pre-cut, and we're going to put those in here.
Perfectly cut.
Perfectly cut, as Erin says. And this salsa is going to be very, very colorful. Now, we've got bell peppers, red bell peppers, and yes, I do like red bell peppers better than anything else. Why? If you notice, the green bell peppers are always really, really cheap. And what's the most expensive ones? What color?
The red.
They're red. Now, do you know why the red is more expensive?
Because they're ripe.
There you go.
Am I getting a pop quiz right now?
Well, I haven't seen you in a while, so yes, you're getting a pop quiz. No, but she's absolutely right. If you notice, the green is always dirt cheap. Why? Because it's not ripe yet. It's not at its full sweetness. And the red is, always more expensive because it is fully ripe. And that's what you guys want. You want to make sure that you get the ripest one that there is. Now, if you want to put some green in here, you can. I personally will never buy the green, but in order to have some fun with color, I will do orange, I will do yellow, so those I will do. But for the most part, I will only use the red. So, do you use any of the other colors?
I do. I use red the most, but I've occasionally used a green pepper, just because I think it's color, adding different color.
So you like it because of the color. Okay, well that makes sense. I
guess you could also add like a jalapeno, unless you didn't want the spice.
Who doesn't want a little spice? Little spice is good. Now look at the color already. We're getting color in here. We got the orange and we got the yellows. So that's what we want. Next, we're going to add I chopped up a red onion. Now this, I will chop it up a little bit finer than what I've chopped this up because I don't want a big bite of, red onion in my mouth. So these are chopped a little bit fine. Here, Erin, do you want to show them how finely I chopped it? Yeah. And I chopped by hand. Definitely chopped by hand.
And I like finely chopped onions.
I do too. And I did not want to cut these in front of you guys.
So how do you prevent yourself from crying? when you're chopping an onion?
I don't. I'd start crying, unfortunately.
You don't have a trick for that?
Okay, so what I used to do is I used to have a candle sitting next to me.
Okay.
And the candle seemed to help. Or like taking your onion and running it under cold water.
Okay.
They say it's supposed to help. For me, it has on occasion helped, but not all that much. So this is why you will never see me cutting an onion in front of you guys, because I don't need to be crying and cooking at the same time. So I always will do it beforehand. I will do all my tears beforehand so that you guys don't see that. All right, so what's next? We're going to add jalapeno pepper to this. Now, this is the jalapeno pepper that I buy. It's on my Amazon page. There is a link for my Amazon page where you will find this. You can add fresh jalapeno to this salsa if you like, but I prefer the dried jalapeno. And Aaron knows every time I open that bag, I start sneezing, and I cannot stop sneezing. So what I've been doing lately is I will put it in this little jar, and I will take it out 4 hours in advance, so it's already aired out. I'm not gonna sneeze. I'm gonna be good, and we're gonna add. Now, you want to add as much as you want or as little as possible. The recipe calls for 1/4 teaspoon for this spice. And honestly, if you don't want to add the spice to it, guess what? You don't have to. There's no law that says you have to make this. But this is called, oh my God, I'm going to start sneezing. See, there you go. This is called the spicy summertime peach mango salsa. So it will have it. Now we're going to add lemon zest or lemon pepper seasoning, and I buy this from Frontier. I like their products. It's salt free, it's non-irradiated, non-ETO, and it's absolutely delicious. So we are going to add about a teaspoon of this. And just mix it up really well so everything gets incorporated. You know, 4th of July is coming up, and this is like the perfect thing to take to a barbecue, to a picnic, or don't you think? I mean, this is like, who doesn't want salsa? Now we're going to add cilantro because we always need some kind of green. Now I know there's going to be some of you out there that's going to say, I don't like cilantro. It tastes like soap to me. Well, okay, then don't use it. Use, I don't know, use dill, use parsley, use whatever herb that you like. The recipes are not written in stone, and nothing's going to happen if you take the cilantro out and you put another herb in here. But I am going to tell you that adding herbs to your meals, to your salads, is just going to make it that much tastier. So we're going to add all that in here. Let's take it off the knife. Are you coughing because of the pepper, the jalapeno?
I don't know, maybe.
See, you've gotten sensitive to it too. But Dave's not coughing, Dave's not sneezing, Dave's not doing anything.
It's early.
It's early. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use fresh limes. And you guys all know what I think about the zest of the lime. So this is a microplane for those of you that don't know. Again, you can find these on my Amazon page. The link is in the show notes. And you just have a little wrist movement. That's all it is. But the zest adds so much flavor to your food. And you can smell it. You can start smelling it. Can't you smell it, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yeah, it smells good. And then next we're going to add avocado to this. And for those of you that are on a weight loss track, Do not add the avocado, okay? This tastes fantastic even without the avocado. You don't need it. But for those of you that you can have it and you're okay with it, then add it. See how easy that is? You don't have to like stick to the recipe itself. So, Miss Erin, I'm going to ask you, is there any questions from anybody?
Got somebody else from Colorado.
Nice.
Let's see if we got some questions. Let me know if you guys have any questions for Shayda about this recipe or anything else.
Anything else you guys want to talk about? This is your time. Let's go for it.
Anything. Whoops, I just clicked out of it.
Clicked out of it? What do you mean you clicked out of
comments.
it?
Sorry.
Oh.
What would you serve this with?
What would I serve this with? Well, so you could eat this on its own. You could do it for chips, like you can make corn chips and serve it with that. This goes really well with black beans. Like you could make some rice and some black beans and put this on top of it. You could serve this on potatoes. There's a whole slew of things that you guys can do with this. So don't be afraid to experiment and to try with different foods. Does that help?
So somebody said they love the photos you shared from the conference.
Oh, I'm so excited. Thank you.
Did you talk about what you were doing?
At the NHA?
Mm-hmm. Or what kind of conference it was?
It was a natural health science conference. We had a lot of great speakers. It's a hygiene conference. Some of the doctors that were there were Dr. Goldhammer, Dr. Furman, Dr. Sabatino, Dr. Esser. We had Tammy and Tom from Nutmeg Notebook were there. They did a food demo. We had Brittany Jarudi there who did a food demo. We had Dylan Holmes and Reeves from Well Your World. So there was a bunch of people there. It was fantastic, and it was really nice connecting with everybody. It really was. And you know, whenever you go to these conferences, even though I may have been to this conference many times, it seems like I always learn something new or something new pops up, you know, and I know what Erin's going to ask me, so what'd you learn? Right? We were going to go there. So what I learned was all about visceral fat. Now, I knew all about visceral fat, but for some reason, I don't know why, but this time it really sank in. Like, just because someone may be skinny, that doesn't mean that they're still healthy, because if they have visceral fat around their organs, well, that's not healthy.
What is visceral fat?
It's the fat that goes around your organs. It's the fat that goes around like your liver, your kidney, your heart. And
the fat you can't see.
It's the fat that you can see. It's what is it called? Sub something. but that it's that. So yeah, you can't see it. So that's the dangerous fat. And what I didn't know is that also was look at the avocado. The avocado is good. Woohoo! Okay, so I get excited about avocado because honestly, we don't get much avocado in this house. And so I never really put two and two together in my head about visceral fat and high cholesterol. So those were a few things that I learned. And I met some fantastic people. Oh, our dinner is ready for tonight. We made Erin's favorite dinner, quinoa with fava beans. The recipe is on my website, and the YouTube video is also on our website.
And it's well worth making.
It is well so worth delicious. Making, exactly.
My favorite.
But, and then I met a lot of wonderful, and I gotta say, I want to thank everybody who came up to me and introduced themselves and, you know, was talking about the YouTube channel and talking about the book and everything. So I really, really appreciate that, because a lot of you I don't get a chance to talk to. But it's so nice to meet you and to hug you and to say hello. And it was just really cool. It's like a big camp for adults, right? I mean, what can I say? And then on Saturday night, what was really cool is Dr. Sabatino. Oh my God, he plays the harmonica and he sings. They had a little mini concert and it was fantastic. It was so cool. So well done. So yeah, I had a really good time.
Is that going to happen again?
Yes, that will happen again. I am signed up for next year, so hopefully a lot of you guys will be going and we could all hang out and take lots of amazing photos. Now, I added the avocado last, and I want you to make sure that when you're putting the lime juice in here, first put it on top of the guacamole or the avocado, because I don't want the avocado to turn black. And then we're gonna spread this around.
So what if someone's asking about that recipe with the fava bean? What
Yeah.
other bean could you put in there if they're not a fan of fava beans?
Okay, first of all, I would love to know if you've tried it. That recipe, let me tell you a little background about that recipe. That recipe is a Persian Middle Eastern dish that I adapted to the rice cooker because we wanted to make it with quinoa. So that really is a take on bagali polo, which is fava rice. That's what that stands for. And if you didn't want to use fava beans, that's not a problem. You could use any other bean you like. So try that.
Like chickpeas would probably be good in it.
I actually make it with chickpea. I make it with black beans. I use all the beans.
Yeah, I guess whatever your favorite bean is, you could.
But I
just
just
put it in
wanted to convert a Middle Eastern recipe, and that's where that recipe comes from. Okay, you can add as much lime to this or not enough, however much you like. I'm gonna mix this, and then we're gonna taste it, and we're gonna see if we have enough lime in here.
There's a question here.
There's a question, but Dave, you're gonna have to speak up.
Yes, because I am not mic'd, am I? Not yet, anyway.
Not yet, anyway.
So Stephanie wants to know if you are cooking it in a rice cooker, your dinner this evening.
Yes, I am cooking it in the rice cooker in this back here. You can't see it. That's what was beeping right now. So it is in the rice cooker. Absolutely. Absolutely. So let me get a spoon. And let's taste this. Let's see if there's enough lime juice in here. Okay, so I need more lime. I should have Aaron try it.
I trust you.
You trust me? Should have Dave try it.
Mm-hmm.
Dave hasn't had my cooking. But this is really good if you guys make corn chips.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's really good with corn chips. And look how quick and easy this salsa is. You know, and it really is the perfect salsa for summer. So
Do you have to use lime?
no, absolutely not. You can use lemon if you like. Whatever you do, if you go ahead and use lemon, make sure you use the zest. It's just I prefer lime for a lot of things. And lately I've been in the mood to make a lot of salsa. And Aaron and Dave don't know, but we're going to be making at one point, we're going to be making a strawberry avocado salsa.
Oh,
Mm.
that would be good.
Right? Something a little bit different. So we will be bringing that to you rather shortly. Okay. You know what? I only have one more lime left. What the heck with it? We're just gonna we're going in. We're going in.
So somebody had a question about if they make this, how long would it last? Like if they wanted to store it in their fridge.
Okay. Yes. Make sure you put it in a good container. It should last about 4 or 5 days. I wouldn't go longer with that. Longer than that? At our house, it probably lasts about 3 days just because we eat it. You know what I mean? But if you're not going to be eating it that quickly. Okay, so one other
So
thing.
you could like batch cook it. And
You could, but I wouldn't put it in the freezer because when it defrosts, you're going to have mush. You're just going to have, it's not going to be good. And if you want to make less, You can make less. So this recipe is really adaptable. Like if you want to do 2 peach and 1 mango, you want to do 4 mango and 2 peaches. I mean, it's adaptable. The only thing you're going to do is your lime or your lemon, when you're putting that on top, you're going to, taste it and according to that, and then put that on. Let me show this to you. Look how colorful this is. I mean, we all know we eat with our eyes. Now look at that.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you guys, but I love beautiful food. I want to see color. I want to see as much color as possible. So that's really how easy this recipe is. It doesn't take long. It's quick. It's easy. And if you're going to take this to a potluck, if you're going to have it for a barbecue, I would make this in the morning, put it in the refrigerator so that all the flavors can come together and blend harmoniously, and it will be super, super tasty.
Got another question here.
Woohoo! Another question. I should ring a bell when we get another question.
We'll put something together on that.
Okay, there you go. Leave it for Dave to put something on.
I'll get some. Okay, Stephanie again wants to know, is the recipe in the show notes or in your blog?
Okay, so the recipe will be on my website, and my website is healthycookingwithshayda.com. That's where the recipe will be. Absolutely. It gets to be too much to write in the show notes, so it's just easier that I refer everybody back to the website. So, anything else?
There's just lots of comments.
Is it good comments, I hope?
Yes, Stephanie thanks you.
Aw, you're welcome, Stephanie.
And Carly says you look beautiful too.
Aw, thank you. If there really aren't any more questions, then I'm going to not keep you guys here because I know it's dinner time for a lot of you, and it's also kind of late for some of you, especially on the East Coast. So just remember, guys, it's one bite at a time, one meal at a time, and we will see you soon with the next video coming out. Take care, guys.